Hey, what's going down, y'all? So today we walked away with over $1,000. Very happy about that. The trades I took in the beginning were decent. I actually, on my second trade, I cleared $1,000. So that was like about 600 and something dollars in profit. Going into today, you know, having such a good successful day yesterday, I wanted to clear another $1,000 today. So that's why I took another trade after I made the successful second trade. I went into some drawdown, you know, I was in the red. I pretty much was like, all right, this is my last trade. It was like an A+ setup. I was just super confident. I was so confident I actually scaled in on the retest. So I was in 4 contracts with this trade. Now, I had a decision to make during the trade because, again, I was super confident on where it was going, especially during the time frame because of the volume that was in the market. I just had to make a decision. Either I walk away with $1,000 or I hold my trade to where I was predicting it was going to go. So I took the 1,000, okay? I hit my goal for the day. I made 1,000, so let's not be greedy and walk away. You'll see later, but the trade actually perfectly touched my original take profit, and I would have made $5,000 in that one trade. You know, I'm not dwelling on it because of the fact that I would have been more pissed off if my trade went against me and I either broke even or I got stopped out on some crazy move. I think I would have been more pissed if I would have got stopped out holding the trade or, you know, broke even, because I was at my 1-to-2 ratio and I was in 4 contracts. I stopped it maybe a couple ticks short. So I think I was like at $1,800. It was like an $1,800 trade. By far the most I've ever made in one trade. So let's get into the chart and let's do a breakdown of the trades I took. And I have some replays to run for you too. And yeah, I'll just catch you on the next one. All right, so the first trade I took, notice it was in a downtrend, right? Price was going down and I was waiting for the pullback. I also took a look at the 15-minute chart and I noticed there was an imbalance right here, right? So again, an imbalance is pretty much when, you know, there's a crazy move and there's like an open little gap. So I usually aim for the 50% mark on that candle for the imbalance because price wants to fill that little gap. So yeah, I just waited for the trade to tap into it and I hopped in. Okay, so price came up. This bar right here was super bearish. Yeah, price just pretty much went against me in 4 minutes. So I was like, all right, that's fine. Let's get into the second trade. All right, so the second trade, I waited for the imbalance to fully get hit, right? So this is the same little part that I drew on the 15-minute, and look at that, perfectly tapped into it on this black, you know, this bullish bar, and then rejected, and then instantly dropped. So I hopped into that because I like the momentum into it, and yeah, price went back, retested the imbalance again, and boom. As you can see, price went down and cleared my 50 ticks. So that was $1,000. Again, I lost about 400 because I stopped it. You know, I did it like what, 13 ticks or something like that. So I stopped it early and I was pretty happy with that. You know, I was gonna walk away, but again, I had in mind that I wanna clear at least $1,000. All right, so let's get into the third trade. All right, so the third trade, I was like, all right, just gonna keep waiting because now, you know, I believe there was a level here that I was like cautious about, but price broke down even more, did a pullback, and then again, it was looking like it was gonna reverse. I believe we were at a certain level too. I took a long because I thought that was the end of it. And also the fact that there was an imbalance right here. This is what I was talking about, the imbalance. You see how like price didn't clear this as far as like the next candle didn't shoot up all the way. There's this open space like right around here. This would be like the imbalance. So I thought price was gonna at least pull back up that way. I didn't think this was gonna be the pullback before they continued lower. So that one instantly stopped me out, 25 ticks. Okay, so let's get into the next trade. All right, so this is the next trade, and by the way, I was trading oil on those. All those trades were from oil, so I was like, let me jump over to the ES and see what it's doing. You know, I already pre-market, already marked out all of this. You know, we have this huge trend line from like the 15 minutes, but I had my demand zones and everything, so I waited right here. I noticed price was just kind of hesitant on this area, a lot of resistance, so I drew this out, and as soon as it broke, I was like, it wasn't a good retest. They might still take price down, so let me wait more. You know, I got more confirmation just through these rejections. Yeah, I hopped in on this black bar. Again, that's green and normal colors. Yeah, I wanted to take it because I knew that price was trying to make it up to this area, right? This supply zone slash trend line, because price has been moving up since, right? We're in an uptrend. Nope, hesitation happened. I lost that one, you know, trying to take an A+ setup. I thought this was going to be an A+, but just because of the fact I know price is trying to get up here. So that didn't happen. All right, let's get into the next trade. All right, so I drew the fib out from, I believe it was like this low to this high. So I drew an uptrend and then I waited. Okay, so I saw price reject off the 61.8 level and I thought nothing of it. What I should have done though, I should have waited to see if it was going to get closer to this uptrend line. So that's where I messed up, right? So this was going to be my original, or 1 to 2, sorry. But no, price rejected this area. Again, I probably should have waited for price to clear these highs. They just went down, stopped me out real quick. At this point, I have a big decision to make. I'm pretty much down like 800. I go, all right, if I'm willing to make 1K, I'm gonna risk 1K. So this is gonna be my last trade straight up. So I waited for the breakout. I knew volume was picking up too, just because of the time it was. And keep in mind, we did reject the 61.8 level. So this is still valid, this fib, and we pretty much touched this lower trend line. Price went down, rejected again, started making its way up. I hopped in, no doubt about it, didn't even think. I hopped in with 2 contracts and then price went up, made a little high, pulled back down. I hopped in with another 2 contracts because that's how confident I was. I scaled in. So now I'm 4 contracts in, right? I cleared all my my losses and I was in the green. I was like 1,035. So I had to make a decision, like, do I just take this or do I stick with where I know it was gonna go? And I just took the $1,000. Price eventually went all the way up to here, right? This is about 100 ticks. And you can see in the screenshot, this is where I was calling, right? Around 100 ticks. And yeah, 100 ticks, 4 contracts, that would have been $5,000. And then look at that, price came up and kissed the trend line, consolidated, and then started heading down. That feeling of just being so confident, all the confluences, everything's lining up, scaled in, like without even thinking. Those to me are like A+ setups, okay? Zone setups, like taking zone trades are A+ setups, but just seeing the overall picture, right? All of that just kind of rolled in and I just felt super confident. So I need to pay attention to that sureness that price is gonna go somewhere. That's kind of what I'm looking out for now. So from Monday's loss to the last 2 trades today, almost up 1,500 for the week. Ain't bad. And yeah, let's just do this tomorrow. Let's get this money. All right, I'll catch you on the green.